Imagine a weapon that breaks all the rules. It is a fire that cannot be put out with water. In fact, water seems to make it burn even more fiercely. This is not a legend or a myth from a fantasy story. It was a real weapon, terrifying to sailors and soldiers. This weapon was so powerful and so mysterious that its secret was guarded for centuries. It was a liquid flame, a stream of fire shot across the sea, clinging to ships, clinging to men. It changed the course of history, saving a mighty empire from collapse. This weapon was called Greek fire, the ultimate medieval superweapon, appearing to defy nature. When unleashed, it created chaos and horror. Enemy fleets, confident and numerous, were suddenly engulfed in infernos. They could not fight. Screams of burning men echoed across the water. Ships turned into floating pyres. Greek fire didn't just destroy ships, it destroyed morale. It struck fear into even the most hardened warriors. Imagine the terror. You are a 7th century sailor, part of a massive invasion fleet, sailing to conquer Constantinople. Suddenly, enemy ships spray a thick, dark liquid. Before you can react, it ignites. A torrent of fire rushes across the waves. A river of flame water cannot quench. It sticks to your ship's wooden hull, to the sails, to your comrades. Panic erupts. Your ship is burning, and there is nothing you can do to stop it. This was the experience of those who faced Greek fire. More than a weapon, a psychological tool of immense power. The Byzantine navy seemed supernatural, as if commanding the elements. The formula was a state secret, known to a few. For centuries, enemies tried to capture it, to replicate it, to understand it. Even today, historians and scientists are unsure. It remains one of history's greatest technological mysteries. Our story begins in the 7th century. We are in the Eastern Roman Empire, the Byzantine Empire. Its capital, Constantinople, was the center of the known world. A city of incredible wealth, power, culture. But this great empire was in grave danger, surrounded by powerful enemies, facing threats from all sides. Its survival was hanging by a thread. Roman legions were stretched thin, and the seas, the empire's lifeblood, were no longer safe. A new, formidable naval power was rising, threatening to sweep the Byzantines from the sea. At this desperate moment, Greek fire appeared, the perfect weapon for an empire on the defensive. It let a smaller, outnumbered Byzantine fleet face and defeat much larger forces. First used in a major way during the Great Arab Siege of Constantinople, which began in the year 674. For years, a massive Muslim fleet blockaded the city, threatening to starve the people and conquer the heart of Christendom. The fall of the empire seemed inevitable. A miracle was needed. That miracle arrived as liquid fire. From tubes mounted on the bows of Byzantine ships, they unleashed their secret weapon. These devices were called siphons, essentially ancient flamethrowers. They shot a stream of Greek fire onto enemy ships, turning the sea battle into a scene from hell. Packed Arab ships were ideal targets. Fire leapt from vessel to vessel, creating a massive chain reaction. The besiegers, unprepared, fell into chaos. Their fleet was destroyed not by numbers, but by superior technology. In this series, we'll tell the complete story. We'll return to the besieged walls of Constantinople to witness the first use. We'll investigate how it was made, theories about its secret chemistry. We'll examine the engineering behind the flamethrowers. We'll uncover why it mattered, how it saved an empire, and why its secret was fiercely protected, then lost to time. This is the story of Greek fire, the secret weapon that burned on water. It is in the darkest moments of history that innovation is often born. For the besieged city of Constantinople, that innovation came in the form of a refugee. According to the Byzantine chroniclers, a Greek-speaking Christian named Kallinikos had fled from Heliopolis in Syria as the Arabs advanced. He was an architect or a chemist, a man of science, who brought with him a secret. He approached Emperor Constantine IV and offered him a new kind of weapon, a formula for a liquid fire that could not be extinguished by water. In their desperate situation, the emperor was willing to listen to any idea that might offer a glimmer of hope. The emperor gave Callinicos the resources he needed. In the city's secret arsenals, engineers and craftsmen went to work. They refined the chemical mixture, and they developed a system to deploy it. They built special pumps and nozzles out of bronze. These devices, called siphons, were mounted on the bows of the remaining Byzantine warships. The moment of truth came in 677 or 678. After years of siege, the Byzantine fleet, though small, finally sailed out to confront the massive Arab navy. The Arab commanders must have been confident, perhaps even arrogant. They had beaten the Byzantines at sea before, and their numbers were vastly superior. They had no idea what was about to be unleashed upon them. As the fleets closed in, the Byzantine siphons roared to life. It was a thick, roaring torrent of liquid flame. The fire shot across the water's surface, engulfing the lead Arab ships in a sticky, burning inferno. Panic erupted. Sailors who had never seen anything like it watched in horror as the fire clung to their wooden hulls and sails. Men leaped into the sea to escape the flames, only to find that the water offered no safety. The fire burned on the waves. The psychological shock was overwhelming. It was not a battle. It was a slaughter. The secret weapon, born from desperation, had saved the empire. The single greatest mystery surrounding Greek fire is, of course, its chemical composition. What was it actually made of? The Byzantines guarded this secret so effectively that the precise formula was eventually lost to history. It was considered a state secret of the highest order, known only to the emperor and a small, trusted family of chemists, the Callinicos clan, who were tasked with its production. Most historians and scientists believe the primary ingredient was a petroleum-based substance. This would likely be crude oil or a refined form like naphtha. The Byzantines had access to natural petroleum seeps in various parts of their empire and beyond, particularly around the Black Sea. To make the mixture burn more intensely and stick to surfaces, it was likely combined with other ingredients. Pine resin is a strong candidate. Another likely component was sulfur, which burns with great heat and produces a noxious, choking smoke matching the descriptions of witnesses. Combining petroleum, resin, and sulfur would create a potent and sticky incendiary mixture, a kind of ancient napalm that would be very difficult to put out. The most debated ingredient is the one that might explain why it burned on water, or even ignited upon contact with it. One leading theory proposes the inclusion of quicklime or calcium oxide. When quicklime is mixed with water, it produces a powerful exothermic reaction, generating intense heat. If the Greek fire mixture was projected through water, the quicklime could have reacted, raising the temperature of the petroleum mixture high enough to ignite it. The true formula remains a mystery, but a mixture of petroleum, resin, and quicklime is the most plausible recipe for this lost superweapon. The formula for Greek fire was arguably the most closely guarded secret in the entire Byzantine Empire. It was more valuable than gold. Constantine VII warned his son never to give the secret away. He claimed an angel had revealed the formula to Constantine the Great. Sharing it with another nation was framed as treason and a sin against God. The Arab world made numerous attempts to replicate the weapon, yet they could never quite crack the code. Their incendiary weapons were good, but they were never Greek fire. They lacked the special properties that made Greek fire so unique and terrifying. The Bulgarians also captured several siphons, but even with the hardware and the fuel in their hands, they seemed unable to use it effectively. This suggests that the secret was not just in the ingredients, but also in the specific process of mixing, heating, and pressurizing them. Let us return to the besieged city of Constantinople in the 7th century. The city's fall seemed not just possible, but inevitable. The sudden appearance of Greek fire was a complete shock. The Arab fleet was utterly annihilated by a force it could neither understand nor combat. The successful defense of Constantinople in 678 was a pivotal moment. The survival of the Byzantine Empire ensured that it continued to act as a vital buffer state. The secret weapon, born from desperation, had saved an entire civilization. Today, more than 800 years after it was last used, Greek fire continues to fascinate us. The search for answers has led to practical experiments, proving that a devastating weapon with all the properties of Greek fire could indeed have been created. Yet without the original recipe, a definitive answer remains just out of reach. The legend of Greek fire serves as a powerful symbol of lost knowledge. It shows how easily complex systems of science and engineering can disappear when the society that created them collapses. The story of Greek fire is a perfect example of what we explore here at History Engineered. It shows that history is not just shaped by great leaders, but also by tools, machines, and the quiet ingenuity of engineers and inventors. By examining historical events through the lens of engineering, we gain a deeper and more complete understanding of how they unfolded. The fundamental principle that a secret, game-changing invention can alter the course of history is as true now as it was in the 7th century. We hope you have enjoyed this deep dive into the engineering, the history, and the mystery of Greek fire. If you want to explore more stories of how engineering has shaped our past, then make sure to join our community. Like, share, and subscribe to History Engineered.